For my father, 2 halves of an ocean. I bet when he was a little boy, he skipped rocks across the pond and called it an ocean. I bet he loved music and danced him so free until he walked on water. I bet he was free back then, before his parents divorced, before his mother was murdered, before his home became haunted house, before his ocean split in half. My father was an ocean breaking in half. My father was Red Sea. He was torn in two, took on war, held up the walls of water like a fortress so we could all pass through. Oh, how God can make a miracle out of what can destroy us. How trauma tries to mold herself into generational bloodlines and swallow families whole. When my father married my mother, they were a haven of love. Gave birth to 2 daughters, and I wear his face. I am here now, still sitting in the house my father built. When my mother died, I was 15, and my father became a thunderstorm. His brain or tornado swallowing my childhood whole. His mental illness chewed through my security like a shark. My spine became all skin and bite mark. I hold on to memories like phantom limbs. I give God pieces of myself through poems and ask him to make me new again. How my father's trauma tried to suffocate the life out of me and birth itself a new body. I wanted my father to hold me, but he handed me money. I wanted my father to ask me how I was doing, and he told me to stop crying. I wanted my father to protect me from the man that hurt me, and he told me I was a sinner for leaving. My father was not there for me the way I needed him to be, but I know he gave me what he could. When my childhood home was haunted house, God built me a shelter in his chest, reminded me that there are always rooms in his inn, swaddled me with security and placed his imprint in my backbone, his spine a train that I learned to ride home. When you give God pieces of yourself, he takes those portions and makes you whole. When pieces of your body go missing, God touches those wounds and grows you new limbs, a father to the fatherless, a healer to the wounded, close and near to the brokenhearted. Shards of broken glass turned into pure reflection. I look into the mirror and remember my father's blood. I look into the mirror and forgive my father's blood. I look at my reflection and I see the blood that burns through me. Remember my testimony. God reminds me that my blood is the blood of a warrior, that Jesus hung on a cross, not so that I could stay in turmoil, but so that I could be made new again and again. When my father was an ocean breaking in half, my family became Red Sea, but I found life again because my God passes through me, and I can get through any storm because Christ stretched himself out upon a tree, and we all can pass through any storm because in Christ we are all free, and we all can pass through any storm, for in God we are all made free.